Alright, welcome back to Roguetech, and welcome back to Challenge Run from the Ashes. I don't know exactly what kind of title or numbering convention I'm going to use, but, yeah, this is Struggle Bus LLC. I changed the launcher settings to remove every extra mech pack that had the challenging content warning, and it did warn that it would break some saves. Whenever I tried to load the latest episode, it broke, so I assume I had picked up some tech that no longer existed in the files. But whenever I loaded starting episode, or the end of the episode 1, it did successfully load. Since I don't have the society and stuff enabled, I did change the map as well. So now we have Clanners up top, and we've got Comstar and Word of Blake fighting in the middle. So that's something I can transition towards as I deal with things. We do need to set the settings. So we're going to keep this, and that. We're going to go generous. We're going to keep often 20% 10. We're going to switch this to fast because Mechwarriors are probably going to die pretty quick. Well, actually I can adjust that on the fly, so I'll leave that normal. This won't have any bearings, so I'm not going to mess with that. But I'm going to kick mech base speed to quick, keep it expensive, and make the scrap value 18%. So, I did try, after the first time loading failed, whenever I was trying to load the most recent episodes, save, I did try to start a new campaign, and that also crashed. So, I don't know what was going on with that, but I decided to go ahead and try loading episode 1, because I did also realize, starting with the same mechs, just doing the challenge run double skull rating, the double difficulty of my lance rating, without all the RNG like crazy mechs in the mix, this is going to be a great test to make sure that it's not without the financial strain that we had, without scrapping mechs whenever they go down, and without having random super mechs dropping on regular missions. I imagine I'll be able to do the double rating. Just based on how some of the missions since I stopped doing that went, whenever I didn't get some crazy op for. So, what rules are we keeping? Double the lance rating on missions. That's the one I definitely want to hold on to. That's kind of the definition of the challenge runs up to this point. Second, I am going to still keep the transition, the 15 mechs for 15 light mechs to be able to priority pick mediums, etc., etc. I'm going to keep vehicles to, at first, one above. So right now we can salvage by choice light mechs. I'm going to allow myself to also salvage medium vehicles, and then whenever I unlock medium mechs, I'll be able to salvage heavy vehicles, etc. And we'll see if that, goes well. And I'm still gonna not order anyone to eject, and if somebody does eject, I may or may not go after them. I don't even remember who the Mechwarrior that is currently missing was, so they're just, they're on their own. They shouldn't have ejected. I might just do that with everyone who ejects, but we'll cross that bridge whenever we come to it. For now, we've got the barracks with our 4 lone Mechwarriors, including the commander. Commander's injured for 12 days. Can I actually customize? I can customize. Yeah, the smiley face didn't work, so I'm just gonna give a random name. Yeah, sure. Good deal. It was sad that the smiley face worked in the commander creation, but not in practice. Oh well. So, after the first mission, we had 2 people who were tired. The commander's injured. We've got our Gauntlet 2, the Wasp, and the Dervish, as well as the Saracen and the Vidette. So, this is the point we're starting from. We're going to immediately pop over to engineering, and now that we're not going to have such crazy tight monetary constrictions, we're going to be able to go towards Mech CR, which is very, very helpful. Because even without a large amount of starting funds, it's not too terribly difficult to come up with, 630,000 C-bills. So we should be able to get the Mech CR online pretty quickly, but I don't think that was really the key to the run going south. I think it was just that we kept on ditching units whenever they went down, which resulted in not having enough anything to actually win missions. And whenever every mission, because of the financial constraints, were win or bankrupt, it just made it impossible. At least, at present. So the goal here, once again, is just to go for whatever we need to do. We can adjust on the fly with finances and things to be able to drop on double the lance rating. Because I'm confident that that is still an option, that is still viable. It's still going to be challenging. And especially without ejecting to save equipment, we're going to go through some stuff. But that's fine. I forget whether the store restart. I know the hiring hall doesn't reset after a financial report, but I think the store does. So I'm going to just take a quick glance there before we work on getting our stuff up and running. And... I am fairly certain there was not a large rotary chem laser in the store at the end of episode 1. So did the store... I guess the store restocked whenever I changed what equipment was in the game. That's cool. PPZ. That's funny. Pirates. Good times. In any case, I'm not going to spend, the half of my money on a weapon system right now. But I thought I'd look and see if there was maybe something cheap that was worth grabbing. And if the game crashes again, then I'm going to be convinced that I must have messed something up. But we'll get to that eventually. Hopefully it just isn't an issue at all. Oh yeah, what weapon systems do we have and what ammo do we need? Because if we have an AC-20 and no ammo for it, that is definitely worth grabbing. We have an AC-20. And we have ammo for it. Okay, cool. Alright. Easy enough. Good dude. So, actually, now that the finances aren't going to be quite so crunched, let's actually just fix the Gauntlet 2 immediately. So also on the docket is using the stealth more intelligently, keeping distance. That's kind of a big deal. Alright, so we're dropping the medium X pulses from the arm. The MMLs we're going to hold on to for now. Just armor. Oh, wait, right. Is it shift click? No. Wait, that was caps. No, shift click is 1. Control click is max. There we go. So that leaves me with 3.5. 3.5 tons. Okay. I actually could put in the laser AMS. That's pretty cool. Like, yeah, it would generate a bunch of heat. But right now we are running with a -5 heat delta. But we are on a hot planet as well, so I would probably want to drop the MMLs if I was going to actually run the laser AMS. I think for now that they're kind of the best I got. Yeah. Alright. So we've got 3.5 that I would love to use on some electronic warfare. Wait, we already have a Guardian ACM Beagle probe. Okay, never mind. What am I going to use the 3.5 on? I guess I can just leave it available until I find something to put in. I mean, there is a world where I drop the MMLs and use the AC-20. But max range 360, I'd be getting... Well, that's how close I need to get for the X-Pulses. Because while stealth is good at range, or best at range, the +2 difficulty to hit at medium, 2 at long, and 3 at extreme ranges is the enemy's weapon systems. So if they're using LRMs, then you're probably not going to be, too far. If you're able to especially hit with X-Pulses, then you're going to be within their medium range, probably. But, yeah, anything short-ranged, even if they're... even if we're at the 360 to fire with the medium X-Pulses, if they're using, like, machine guns or something, they're going to be having to fire at extreme range for that weapon system. But these X-Pulses aren't doing anything at all, so I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to commit to these changes. Cool. That's 4 days. And our Bushwhacker will be ready to rock. So in 7 days... Also, you know what? Let's just go ahead and look at the Wasp. I forgot what was going on with the Wasp, so let's see and figure it out. Lost a leg. Alright. Lost the leg and cockpit eject. Okay. Right. So we can drop the SRM ammo, actually. Drop the jump jets. Max armor on everything. Just hopefully to keep that from happening again. Don't need to max the head armor. So, is it 36? 30, 40, 52. So it is 35. 35 means that it can take 50 damage to the head and not completely bust. That's a decent number of weapon systems. We do not have a tag for it. Back armor's thin, but we'll manage. Well, I mean, we actually have some tonnage to use, so might as well, actually. 20. There we go. So that leaves us with 3 tons. Yeah, we don't really have a weapon system to use that, but... yeah, we'll leave it like that. That is expensive, but worth it. Having the extra unit on board, especially once we manage to get a tag or maybe some medium pulse lasers or something. Regardless, we can always cancel the work. Before it gets done, we can cancel the work, get our money back if necessary. But for now, was there any kind of medium pulse or anything? I wasn't paying attention to the store, so let's check that out. Again, I'm pretty sure the store's going to restock whenever we hit the financial report. And yeah, it's It's a little sad that we don't have the Radical Prototypical Heatsink Kit or the extra stealth, the Pharaoh stealth, stuff like that, but nah, we're gonna start from scratch again, or start, not from scratch, but start from the same point, basically, that we started the campaign in, and this will show if it was just indeed, since we're in the same system, we're doing the same mission, hypothetically the same missions, and using the same units. So, this will reaffirm my belief that you could grab medium laser, but I'm not going to. No. Alright. Yeah. 3 days. Financial report. Stick to normal, so it's only 230,000. Save that money. Save the 118,000 for going towards the mech bay. Okay. So we've got 5 days left there for the Vedette and Bushwhacker. We can also go to the hiring hall. I believe we needed a helicopter pilot. Yeah, Oren. Sarge. And Ek. 3 Ronins, 3 good Mechwarriors. We'll grab the others if we need them as we go. Store. Did it restock? Is my memory accurate? Loading, please wait. Come on. Come on. This is what it was doing right before it crashed. It's strange because I didn't change any of the performance settings. I just updated to the newest CC and changed a few of the settings. Okay. So, the same quick sell medium is still for sale. Heavy tank pike, okay. We've got an AC2 on offer. Pepperbox rifle, which, I mean, honestly, not a terrible weapon. I mean, yeah, 1 evasion ignore, -1, so -1 accuracy. Unless they have no evasion, then this is just cancels each other out. But it is pretty good. I mean, it is pretty good. I might end up buying that by the end of the financial report. Small laser. Actually happy to see it. I'm going to grab that for 12,000. That is a way to 100% get AC2 half bin, MRM half bin. I mean, that is enough to run MRM10. So, basically, if you're running anything other than an MRM10, then you would want at least a full bin. So, we are looking at, yeah, the Pepperbox rifle is really the only thing super... Actually, I say that. Hold on. Pirate Flamer. We're in a very hot biome. Yes. Yes. I would actually love to turn the flea into a little ball of heat. So, cool. We do still have 1 day on the Bushwhacker, 4 days on the Vedette. Going to go ahead and pass that time and then jump into the first mission of the Mouse. I'm pretty sure I should just delete the message. I think that Disgraced is potentially on... You know what? I'll talk. Okay. So we did not have to worry about losing Disgraced, but Mouse did gain Honest, so that's plus morale. Beautiful. Also slightly increases the pilot's upkeep cost, but plus 1 morale. Nice. And that happened to land at the exact time I was planning to pause, So we now currently have our 2 vehicles, the Vedette and the Saracen, ready to go. We have the Bushwhacker, which is light, that's why the exclamation mark is there, but otherwise ready to go. And the Dervish is, you know, armor that we can drop. Cool. Hop on over to the barracks. Since our commander is currently unavailable, I think Sarge is going to be in the Bushwhacker. That allows the Disgrace to give us a little bit more ECM shield. It allows the military to help with the handheld rack 2, etc., etc. So, Sarge. 4 tactics, 4 gunnery, confirm. Alright. Now then. We have... Let's see. Ek, also 4 tactics, 4 gunnery, confirm. Let's see. Frosty. 3 tactics doesn't actually give us +1 sensor roll, so I think 4 gunnery in this situation might be better. Then, Mouse. I think we're just going to leave Mouse as is. Trying to save up and get to Tactics 6. That will help. Far more than you may realize. Tinker can just get Tactics 3 or Gunnery 3. So we've got Ek, Frosty, Poor, and Frotane. Yeah, might as well get him to Tactics. Well, same kind of idea. I think Gunnery 3 is going to help more than Tactics. Oh, I can get both. Never mind. There we go. And that sets me up for getting Tactics 4 on him, which will help a lot. Cool. So, let's see what missions we have on offer. Also, we need to see what our Lance rating is. Because we have a lot of stuff to drop. So I imagine we'll be able to at least drop a 1.5. I mean, that's a 3 chevron blackout. I would not mind doing a blackout. And yeah, generous is going to make the financial side of things much, much easier. And I will absolutely adjust things if and when it becomes obvious that things are too easy. But my primary goal, starting things off... Now, Frosty and Tinker can be in the tanks, so... Ek, go ahead and get in the Dervish. Yeah. Cool. Alright. So, we're gonna see how this goes now. We got a 3 skull, or 3 chevron. I'm still getting used to that. 3 chevron blackout, and a 1.5 chevron squad. Yep. Yep. Time to prove my theory. Alright, time to start the mission and see if my theory is correct.
Command interface initiated.
Alright. So, survey says... Okay, there is no supporting lance. Calculating. Beautiful. Alright. Actually, I will cut to that... I will cut to the first point after I take some pictures for the new thumbnail. Alrighty. So, yeah, Control-Shift-U brings the UI back. So it cycles back. And Control-Shift-I, I believe, will return it to the normal camera. think. Alright, cool. Yeah. I might improve it later, but that's gonna hopefully let everyone know that this is still challenge run from the ashes, and it's just slightly different. Yeah. Let's go look at this point. I took probably way longer than I should have on that, but it's fine. I hope it's worth it. I hope. Feel free to comment if you like the new thumbnail. I might drop the extra text about the skull rating or the lance rating and stuff, but trying to make sure that anyone who fell off because the challenge run fell apart comes back. In any case, for those of you who have watched all of the experimentation to get to this point, thank you. I hope it's been entertaining. And that should be 1 unit in the site, right? Yes. Which means I don't actually want to trigger it yet. I want to wait for a moment. Just in case. Wait. Yeah, I didn't... Yeah, I'm not close. Good. Yeah, I just am trying to get in position, and then I want to trigger the point and be able to immediately react to it by positioning, differently.
Confirm.
So, turrets. Get 8 evasion.
Yeah? What? No.
I should have kept one of the vehicles further away to trigger the point. Anyway, haha. Distance. Is this still close enough? Let's find out.
I got you.
2 out of 2. Yes. Oh, place has been slagged. Okay, no contact. Beautiful. So if you're watching this directly after the original episode 1, then
Moving to position.
it should be pretty obvious how different the upcoming battle is going to be. In any case, see you at the next point.
Okay.
Alright,
Ready to rock.
here we go, grabbing 11 evasion on the way in to see what it is we can see.
I'm rolling.
That should definitely trigger the point. What do we got? Oof. Alright, so I'm not in a good position for them to have dropped and for it to be a defend base. On the bright side, that does mean that we have... Oh, actually, I'm not in a terrible position. Cool. Huh. I thought I was going to be in a terrible position, but I'm actually, like, right on top of them. Although, arguably, the Dervish is more of a long-range fighter anyway. So I guess this is kind of a terrible position. I mean...
Yep.
I think I'll get in position to be able to swing around one way or the other. There we go.
Confirmed.
I can then swing back up here where the dervish is, or swing down, depending on how they move. If they are running straight for the base,
On my way.
then that's going to be interesting. Right now they can't shoot any of us, so I'm going to keep it that way.
Copy.
And we'll see what happens. Combat's starting. Alright. There's a Whitworth. Almost destroying a building out of the 3 that we can lose.
What do you need?
No, I don't want Sarge to act yet. The chances are not going to be good enough. . reserve that one. Okay. Splat truck. I would love to get some flamers. And I believe that was one hit on the Saracen and stray shots on the building. Cross cut. First building goes down. Alright. At least they haven't focused the turret generator.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, I could get a 31% chance to kick. There's no real reason to get into their side anymore. So perhaps I just fall back and shoot at range. Wow, those hit chances are awful. What was your sensor roll, Egg? Ah, a -4 sensor roll. Yeah. That's bad. That's so bad. So I can either be 21% with the medium lasers or 19% with the LRMs. Might as well.
Onward.
I mean, it's a cross cut. I don't have to do that much to take it down.
Firing all weapons.
I do have to hit some. Okay, now they're focusing the turret generator.
I'm here.
That's concerning. Vehicles, there's like... The only reason to backstrike is to potentially... Or basically to avoid hitting the front. And if I hit them from the side, there's... You know... Not a whole lot of benefit over just shooting them from the front.
What now?
Backstriking, though, does have the chance to completely bypass. And what is our biggest threat here? We got 2 ballistics on the Vulture gunship. We got a Whitworth. The crosscut's melee, so actually, now that I think about it, probably should save him for last. Heavy vehicle flamer and fluid gun is actually going to do a ton of damage to both vehicles and buildings. So that should probably actually be the first priority. Can I get an unobstructed shot on his... Actually, yeah, back would be good. 25% on the AC5 with 7 evasion. So the crosscut, I hit leg and side torso and center torso. I mean, actually, if I... Yeah, I can get a decent hit chance. But again, crosscut's the lowest priority. I'm definitely not comfortable only getting 5 evasion. So I think I am going to go for the Vulture. And then come around behind the Whitworth. That's the plan. And our sensor roll here was a +4. So, hit chance. ECM shield +2. Alright, but we don't have no sensors penalty.
I'll try.
I should have gone for the machine gun burst, so I had 3 damage instances instead of just 1.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Alright, I don't know if I'll actually be able to win this. Without a lot of help. Actually, hold on. So, from there, it's 28 and 13. If I could just be where the Whitworth is, I could shoot the splat truck in the back with much better hit chances. Or I can get 11, again, get ready to come around the back of the Whitworth and shoot the Vulture in the back. I think I'm going to focus the Vulture. At least until I can come forward and destroy the Whitworth. Like, the Flamers are dangerous, but...
All weapons, go!
If I can take the Vulture down, That'll be good. Yeah, the crosscut just just has the laser. Because its melee weapon doesn't work on buildings. Oh, hey, we have turrets. Okay. Alright.
Yeah?
And there's about to be a thumper that lands possibly on the Whitworth. Yeah. We're gonna continue. Just doing the exact same thing. Shoot the vulture in the back. Spin up the rack. Switch to SRMs for higher hit chance. Yep.
Confirmed.
Structure exposed. Cool and crit. Cool, cool.
Scored a critical hit.
I mean, I would not be opposed to a dual ballistic vulture. There's a decent number of weapon systems that would be pretty fun to run in that
I
thing.
will be done.
Here we got LRMs. I'm just gonna fire the mediums to try to drop some heat, which means I can actually run in like this. Just the mediums. Still overheating. Okay. If either of them hits.
Target lock on enemy's rear.
Neither hit. Shutdown?
Oh, come on. This game's rigged.
Nope. Okay, good.
Taking heat damage.
Good deal. Uh-oh. It did nothing. I see. Okay.
Confirmed.
I mean, the Saracen's better off doing something else. Like trying to take down the splat truck. Then again, any crit could potentially take it out of this. Why is my hit chance so low there? Alright. I should also kick my Guardian ECM into active mode, because somebody has ECM. I mean, yeah, better hit chances, and also shredding armor is
Now let's see how you handle this.
good. Right, stray shots.
You gotta be shitting me. That should have hit.
Well, it's fine. With the turret support, I don't anticipate that we're going to actually struggle much. Crosscut is running with his little medium laser. Honestly, that's fine.
Hey.
Actually, might be a small laser. If it's like a clan or something. There we go. So we've got an AC5, which I believe does have a minimum range, now that I think about it. Or we could go closer, have a lower hit chance with the AC5, and possibly crit with the machine gun. Yeah. I think that's better. Cruise in, try to destroy the vulture. That is a terrible hit chance on the AC5. I'm not even gonna fire it.
Target lock on enemy's rear.
That was a mistake.
Aye.
Yeah, the Vedette needs some attention. Well, I don't know what they were honking about. In any case,
let's move.
now if I'm not mistaken, hey, I do have multi-target. Okay. The vulture, I'm going to fire. Oof, overheat alert. So if I fire both medium X pulses, I overheat. That's fine. And then B is going to be the splat truck. I'm pretty sure if I fire the rack... Pretty sure if I fire the rack at the vulture, then that has the most chance of actually taking it down.
Copy that.
Beautiful. Alright. Splat truck. Nope. That's fine.
Targeting systems janky. My heat sinks can't take much more of this.
Alright. Noted. Yeah, we're still in a very toasty biome, and the bushwhacker is not cooling adequately. But that's fine. Crosscut doing nothing. Alright. Oop, mountain, get out of the way. Camera. I wonder if the camera's being janky because I didn't quite put it back where it was from taking the thumbnail shot. Anyway.
What? No.
I don't know what this Whitworth has, but it's a 1R. So probably nothing great. But it's also not going to do anything. So I think the crosscut is a higher priority than the shutdown mech. Like, even though it can't hit buildings with its melee weapon, it can hit me. That said, if the hit chances are good enough,
Oh boy.
I don't really want to pass up an opportunity. Because the turrets will also focus the shutdown mech. And that's not something I really want.
I hope it hurts.
Alright.
Commander?
And I cannot get any visual with the dervish. Heat is slowing me down. But there's a chance that after I completely cool down this round, perhaps I'll be able to get around enough to shoot him in the back before he acts next round. Assuming the turrets don't just destroy him, of course. Of course.
Skipper?
Saracen. I mean, I want to keep evasion high. So I think I will actually shoot the crosscut. Even though it's showing a 1%, I think once I get line of sight, that'll improve. The crosscut's already open. There's a lot of interesting things that can happen if I shoot him. So I'm going to try. Okay.
Stand still, moron.
Yep. That's fine.
Yep.
Why did I shoot him in the back? I still am not quite used to not getting a bonus hit chance from behind. I don't know why I thought that would be better. Alright, so I can move in like so. Have cover.
Copy that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to core him. So without the radical, I don't have to worry about necessarily having it crit. The TSM does not have any kind of crit chance. As long as I don't have the supercharged engine enabled, turned on, it won't do anything. Oh, right. That. There we go. Okay. If I drop one of the SRMs and the medium X pulse, see if that does the trick.
Firing.
Well, those stray shots hit my vedette, so at least there's that.
How'd that taste? I'm generating
And
a lot
yeah,
of heat.
for some reason the heat display is not accurately representing where my heat's gonna be. That's concerning. I wonder why that's happening. Ah, maybe it's the flat from the stealth armor that it's not calculating for some reason.
Confirmed.
I thought usually it did. Oh wow, medium improved heavy laser. Of course, on the left arm. All right, so I actually want to kill the crosscut from the right. But first things first, let's try to get this. Let's try to get this Whitworth down before he gets another turn. That'll have to do.
10-4.
Oh yeah, those are nice hit chances.
Locking off with all weapon systems.
Nope, he gets to
Battlemech
boot up.
Power up detected.
Alright, that's fine. He still has no evasion. And he's almost
Orders?
opened. Again, I shouldn't have tried to go around behind, but at least I did get another target.
Roger that.
I just have to, shoot past my allies with a very low hit chance. I'm not going to. Then again, I guess it is good testing. Never mind. We are so hot. Ah, that's why the preview isn't including the environmental extra +8 per turn. Got it. That explains it. That explains it. Uh-oh. 2 remaining.
What do
Haha.
you need?
Okay. I am going to try to stomp. If I try to punch, that actually saves a lot of heat too. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Punch and some missiles.
Understood. Targeting for physical attack.
That's unfortunate. At least I keep my evasion. That is the benefit of, that's the benefit of punching over kicking, is you keep your evasion.
I'm here.
Yeah, so the vedette... Can I get into a place? Yeah, that looks good.
Affirmative.
That looks good. I can't target the center.
Okay. Firing everything.
I mean, okay. Neat. I would have actually liked that LRM incendiary ammo.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Moving on. So I'm trying to specifically kill him from the right. Or I guess shooting him from behind works too.
I'm there. Here we go.
I can't help but wonder how much damage to my allied buildings I've done. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
So this is the side I actually want to hit him from. I just can't get unobstructed. I think I'm just gonna walk forward and try to shoot the splat with just my lasers. All right, I'm heat neutral with just the 2 medium lasers.
Gonna need a calibration on my targeting system.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to upgrade cooling for sure.
That's all you got? Hey.
God. Wait, he didn't move? He didn't move. Huh.
Moving to position.
Minimum range. That's why the AC5 has so much lower of a hit chance. Well.
Yep.
Something like that. Turret generator does have plenty of health, so even if I stray shot, it's fine. That's way too hot. Yep. Sure.
Copy that.
Hey, we got it. Alright.
Gotcha.
Cool. And now... Oh, there goes the clan medium improved heavy. That's unfortunate.
Ready for orders. Moving to position.
Just move over here and shoot him from the other side.
Swing and a miss. Over the red line. Damage.
Okay.
Moving to position.
How... Man, this is rough. I mean... What's my ammo explosion chance? D100 plus 10 under 20. D100 plus 10 under 10. Okay. Yeah.
Confirmed. Watch those heat levels.
That's fine.
Engine critical. Shutting down.
That's fine. Yeah.
Double time. Let's go.
Those hit chances should greatly improve once I have visual. Yep.
Fun time.
Stressed. I would definitely take a crosscut. That is a fun light mech right there. Primitive, I believe, but I mean, my machine gun's jammed, so it's time to shoot him with the AC5 only.
Die. Missed. Figure.
Okay. And ally is probably gonna kill him. Pilot injured, panicked. Ally. New round.
What now?
I wonder what kind of cooling he has, honestly. To be running a medium improved heavy.
There. Okay.
I'm just gonna tap him with the machine gun.
Skipper.
minimum distance is annoying.
Yup.
Is there anywhere I can shoot him from the front? No, but I can shoot him if I stay... Oh, wait. Ah, it's obstructed. You know what, that's fine. I am battering him quite hard, and hopefully he panics out. No.
Yeah? Alright. Powered up. Here we go.
Alright, my active Garnesium, I believe is... Oh wait, do I have to swap it back to active again? Yes, I do. Okay.
I'm receiving you.
Noted. I'm just gonna stand and shoot, honestly.
May I interest you in melting armor?
Panicked.
Watch my heat levels.
Yeah. Go home. Come on.
Ready to rock.
So, I feel like, pretty good indication here.
You got it.
Pretty likely that I can handle the 2x lance rating. Because even if this had been, you know, a second battle...
Affirmative. What do you need?
Garnesium, active. And I am
Yep.
definitely interested in... it's the only place I can melee him from. Oh wait, no, I can melee him from the open side, but... Yeah, no. I think I would rather stand and shoot him. Just use the MMLs.
Acknowledge.
Well, engine destroyed. Whatever his cooling is might have been destroyed.
Hostile removed.
That's unfortunate.
Mission successful.
Alright. Pretty easy mission. A million C-bills. That'll do us for a bit. Basically no damage. Nobody got injured. So. There's a chainsaw. The splat truck got completely splattered. However, uses vehicle flamer ammo. 1 evasion ignore, plus 20% bonus damage against overheating targets. Always ignites forests. Spends 2 ammo per shot. But for 1 ton, it is 20 damage and 12 heat. I mean, that's pretty fun. Oh yeah, I should totally look at what's available to loot here. We've got a Vulture Gunship XL. The AC2 ammo and Guardian Elysium got destroyed. That's unfortunate. I would have loved to have another Guardian Elysium on the field. So it just has 2 AC2s. I don't know what parts of that I would actually need to repair, so I'm actually not going to grab it. Fire control improved. Nice. Whitworth is 40 tons, so I'm just going to disassemble it. And last but not least, we have the single crosscut part because it got wrecked. Crosscut 2C. Yeah, that's tragic. That probably had the best stuff. That's probably where the fire control improved came from. Oof. Engine cores are good to have around. I just realized there's no heavy flamer ammo. I mean, I could grab the 5 parts of the splat truck and just build it, just to have it. In hindsight, I probably should have taken the Vulture. Not even just probably, I should have taken the Vulture. It didn't even occur to me how terrible the rest of the loot is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I think we actually get everything. I'm gonna drop the vehicle flamer, take the vulture gunship. I don't know if I'm gonna build this one, but just to make sure I get it. Cool. I apparently also got most of a Whitworth. Three Whitworth parts. Alright. And the crosscut part. Neat. Sell the structure. Sell the standard engine. Sell the single heat sink. Definitely sell the primitive. I'll hold on to the standard heat sinks. I don't have any. Sell the fire control standard. Fire control improved comes home with us. Case. There's use cases where I might use it. Use case. Ha. Anyway, got the chainsaw, got the AC2s, sure. Alright. So, very little repairs. It did turn into a base defense, but I'm confident I could have beat those 4 units in a battle. So far it looks like, yeah, that's all we need to do. Just drop the extra Munchkin mechs from the launcher. But we'll continue experimenting and see for sure if that was just a low roll or if that's going to be consistent for the dropping 1.5 star or 1.5 chevron lance on a 3 chevron mission. In any case, that's been your episode of Roguetech for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a good one.